cloud. So me and Drew, I met Drew probably over a year, maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, I want to say 2 years ago. When I was first getting started. And Drew back then, up until this year recently, was still doing, his 9 to 5 and running an agency, right? And then I met him. I don't even know how we met, but we met. And then, online, of course. And then I started doing the class on GMB. Was it GMB Pros at the time? It was GMB Mastermind class. Yeah. And then for master class, we went into CTR manipulation when I was promoting Viper at the time, when I was using it. And then we did Scale Your Agency. And then in Scale Your Agency is where I was teaching how I went from 4 clients to 50-something clients in like 3 months. And then throughout the time, me and Drew had talked still on and off, and he started implementing what I talk about in Scale Your Agency. It's one of the reasons why I'm so emphatic with, if you're an agency or you're serious about growing your business, to go through Scale Your Agency. I know for a fact, if you will just simply do the process, it works. And Drew did the process. He finally, this year, he quit his 9 to 5. He had called me up, messaged me. One of the largest, you can correct me if I'm wrong, the largest client he picked up was a 6-figure client, 6 figures. Right. So, which is crazy, insane. And then he has another one, I think paid him what, 40 grand or something like that. So actually,
I got like actually 3 6-figure contracts now since the last, and a couple other little slam dunks too. I guess you want to call 40K, 60K here and there, but it all totals up.
Yeah, we're like look-alike brothers. Yeah, I used to have a freaking goatee, and I used to actually shave my head just like Drew. So, only thing I told him, the only thing I don't like about you, Drew, you live in the wrong fucking city for me. He lives in Baltimore. My ex lives in Baltimore. I'll never fucking go to Baltimore. I would rather, nope. Told him, said, nope, not happening. If I come that way, you're going to come out of Baltimore. I don't like Baltimore on any level. But, so yeah. So he's going to be talking about what he does. We're bringing him in. When he first started, he wanted to do agency work, white label, kind of like I did. And I was like, why do you want to do it, dude? I mean, because most people come to me and that's what they want to do. And I guess they think, it's easy work. And then they quickly learn it's not easy work. And he switched. So, but he's only talking about everything from JVs, lead generation. How does he land these whale of clients? His automation systems, because he does have LinkedIn automation. He has a bunch of stuff that he does. So it's not just one little trick, if you will. There's a lot of different things. But I'm going to go ahead and let him get started. And I'm going to turn this over to you, Graham. If you stay to the end, I'm going to wind up having a free giveaway. Okay, so there's 36 of you here, so I would stay here to the end. Okay, has nothing to do with what Drew's giving, talking about today or anything like that. I have everything from web to just my time. So, basically, going to pick somebody and say, "What do you want?" Because I got a bunch of stuff I'm going to give away. Either swag, my time, web design, SEO, something. Okay, so just y'all are going to stay to the end. Let me go ahead and give you screen sharing access. All right, you're good, Drew.
Cool, awesome, appreciate it, William. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
And like Will was saying, I'm gonna talk about a lot of different things. He'll probably have me come back more than once. So I'm gonna stick with tonight. We're gonna talk about lead generation and get into.
Yeah, sorry, sorry, real quick, Drew. I'd mentioned
Sure.
this to everybody earlier, but only 10 people are in here. This is going to be a weekly class. So Drew will be on here every Tuesday talking about everything under the sun when it comes to generating leads and these monster clients. So from automation to just how is he doing it? What is he did? What's the process he went through? Everything. Okay. So make sure you have questions. Don't come in here and be crickets. I'd almost want all of you to turn on your freaking cameras. Okay. Because I'm kind of sick and tired of just seeing names, but turn on your cameras unless you're naked or some craziness. So people
Right.
can see actual faces and get to know each other. All right, I'm serious. I'm
I will
tired of
call
just,
you out if you are
man,
naked. So
don't come in here naked or nothing like that. And I know sometimes women don't want to show themselves because I ain't got makeup on or whatever. We're not all here to see everybody. We just want to see everybody, especially
all right.
me. I'm in the Philippines. I don't get to see normal white people all the time. Sorry. Okay.
That's
All
awesome.
right. All right. Good to go. Stay to the end. We're doing a giveaway and all that stuff. So I will see you guys shortly. Appreciate it.
Yep. All right. So what I'm going to start with today is just some basic topics of lead generation, but also diving into my favorite tool that I use hovering around LinkedIn and a few other tools that I use with that we can see as far as we get with that. And please ask questions along the way. But I do want to go ahead and start by saying, what do you do when you don't know what to do today, right? Lead generation. So if you're stuck in your business and you have no idea what you're going to do today, just start thinking lead generation. What do you do when you have no sales, right? It's going to be lead generation. Same thing with money. What are you going to do when you do not have any money? You're going to go looking for ways to make money. Lead generation, right? So keep that in your mind. Every time that you're starting your day, you want to look for new ways to gather leads, gather opportunities, gather relationships. And, it's one of the very first obstacles that a new business or entrepreneur runs into is, how the hell am I going to get leads? Where am I going to find them from? Am I going to just have to go sign up to Fiverr? Am I going to have to go on Upwork? Am I going to have to, go call all of my friends and family? What am I going to do for leads? Well, as soon as you solve that for yourself, you can solve that for other people. So that's actually one of the first things, and how I bumped into William, if he remembers. I was in a random business group, just learning at the time. I was freelancing, and the first thing that I would do is I would just run to Facebook, right? And I would go ahead and join any group that I could find. Let me pull up my screen here. Like, for example, I would come over here, I would find like commercial construction randomly of Texas. Can you guys see my screen, by the way? Okay,
Yes,
cool.
yes.
Cool, thanks. And I would just type in here, I would go, all right. And I know William's gonna start laughing, but who needs a website, right? Who needs a website? Drop me a DM or a message. And that's it. And maybe I'll like make it pretty, right? Like put my little
Add some
emoji in
color.
here. Boom. Yeah, if I add some color, it'll stand out, right? Right. All right, cool. There I am. Who needs a website? I'm sure you've gone and seen this in every single group that you've ever been in somewhere. And it's usually someone who's going to blow up your inbox 1,000 times, right? Well, little did I know, as William was in the same group, and I get a message and he's like, no, don't do that. He's like yelling at me and all this stuff. And that was like right when I first met him. So I'm like, all right, who's this guy? Very standoffish. And he taught me a very valuable lesson, which you go on to learn in the Scale Your Agency group. And that is, this is not the right way to do it. You have to create value. You have to show value so that you can give something away, show that you actually want to help people, and rather than not helping people or just coming out and like blasting them with who needs a website. I'm going to do the website for you. $99 website, you know, you're going to see all kinds of crazy stuff, but it's just not the right way to do it. So the right way to do it would be to, rather than doing something like this, which I'm going to delete before he yells at me again, is you got to post something and just give something away. It doesn't matter what it is, be valuable, you know, rather than saying who needs a website or free website audit, come and get it, right? You want to say something more like, you know, drop your URL for a free audit and you will receive a video showing you some issues and how to correct those issues, right? Is that valuable? That's more value than just posting randomly trying to get
So
some leads, right?
let me give them an example of that. So the other day I did that same thing, and I did it in someone else's group, right? Within less than like a few hours, I have sitting in, what was the last count? I mean, I can go find out what was the last count, but it was almost 30, I believe, yesterday. But the thing is, you're giving something away of value, and you can, I can see at the top, I've had almost 300 leads come in that form. Yeah, 29 leads. So, and out
Yeah.
of those 29, you'll close a certain amount. And that used to be my method when Drew first met with me, was I would do the audits. And I wasn't doing just an audit, I was actually doing Loom audits too, if he remembers.
Yep.
Because they would drop them and I would actually do the Loom audit of their SEO and I would place it in the group. Now, a lot of groups won't let you do that. So what happens is I always post at the top, I say, admin, if not allowed, please delete. That way you let them know, hey, I'm not trying to spam you. I'm not trying to take your group away, because a lot of these people are like, you know, group Nazis, and they don't want to do, you know, don't want you coming in at all. But yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and it works, and you could still do that. So if you come in today or tomorrow and you are confused, you don't know what to do, you're just lost, you don't have any appointments, you want to make some leads happen, go make some leads happen, but do it the right way. I don't want to see you posting $99 websites with 10 months of SEO. You know, it's just not going to work. So just keep that in mind, right? Now, what I did was I started focusing on finding different routes, researching, learning, and I just kept developing how to generate leads. You have your paid ads, you have your free offers, you have your building your email list, you have, you know, going out there and posting in groups and giving value. But what else is there, right? It's not just Facebook. You can actually go, if you're in the States, every county has a chamber of commerce. Go out there and make some physical connections. You know, if you don't know what to do, get out there and actually network yourself. You know, so just don't stay in one basket. Use everything you got if you want to take the next step and quit your job like I did, you know. Not sure
You
if
hear what he
anybody.
just said? You just hear what he just said, because this is one of the problems I have with most. I'm not saying y'all are this way, but most SEOs, they tell this little lie that once you do SEO, you'll never have to do any pay per click, which is a bunch of bullshit. Right? Do other things. Be a marketer, not an SEO. If I could tell y'all to do anything, be a marketing person, not an SEO. Out of all those books behind me, I have one fucking SEO book. The rest of them are business and marketing. Learn pay per click, learn organic marketing, lead marketing, about your
Yep.
niche, everything. Like
Yep.
in the States, when someone registers a business, every month, I know, for example, the city has a publication they put out where they put out all the brand new businesses. Brand new businesses need a lot of different things: business cards, letterhead, SEO, websites, all that shit. So
Yep.
think in more terms than just SEO. If you just think about just SEO, you're going to be broke. You know, think in marketing terms. Okay.
Absolutely. And same thing, like I said, physical connections. You can't beat physical connections. Like get out there and put yourself in a room, walk up to the biggest fish and talk to them. Introduce yourself, start a conversation. That's all you got to do. Start a conversation, engage. right? So in my process of learning how to do these things, I noticed one similar factor, which was no matter what you do, you got to fill up your calendar. You have to fill up your calendar, because if you don't fill up your calendar, you're going to be sitting around wondering, what am I going to do today? Well, hopefully it's lead generation, right? Now, if I'm going to fill up my calendar, in your conversations, in your messages, you have to lead them into that direction to actually book an appointment with you. You can give them all this value and then follow up with them and say, have a nice day, right? But you got to turn that into an appointment, because we got to fill up the calendar. So in order to do that, we need to start asking, just ask the question, what day and time are you available for a quick chat? You know, what day works best for you, so we can go over what I just showed you on these videos. Ask if I would you questions. Those are huge. If I would you questions. If I sent you a video, would you watch it? If I sent you a link, would you click it? If I sent you a demo, would you try out the demo? Would you try the free trial? If I asked you on a date, you know, would you go out with me? Right? If I would you questions, tie that in, be right, straightforward, and book the appointment. You're gonna fill up your calendar. Okay, so start to use those examples, come up with creative ways to make that work. Just don't give them an escape. You don't never want to ask them a yes or no question, right? Are you available tomorrow to talk? No, right? You want to hook it in a way that is this or that, or a direct answer that's not going to give them an escape. Once you start filling up your calendar, booking appointments, get in the habit, make a goal for yourself. And please, you know, you guys might be way far ahead of this, but somebody might not be, right? And maybe they just need to hear that your goal should be one appointment a day. Just get motivated to hop on these phone calls and get through them and sell them and get all the way through. And the more that you generate leads, the more you're going to fill up your calendar. You know, and there's nothing wrong with being too busy either. I learned that very fast when I was working 9 to 5 and trying to do this too. Just imagine me selling on the computer, also on another computer, working the agency stuff at the same exact time, trying to figure out how the hell I'm going to be doing this and this and this and this, and then getting pissed off because I just don't have enough time to do everything, right? Take a break. Block out a day on your calendar. Block out a whole week on your calendar. I did that last week because we were too busy. I blocked out a whole week on the calendar, forced everyone to book next week. And we had 10 appointments on one day because they still wanted to book. So just get in the habit of, you know, being in control, setting your days, but staying motivated, and set a goal at least one appointment a day until you get so swamped where you have to actually, you know, block out a day. So just some advice there with the calendar. Now, one of the tools that I've discovered for lead generation, which has been crucial to me, and I've been doing it for over 2 years now, it has been LinkedIn. You cannot beat LinkedIn's platform when you're trying to get in front of a decision maker. Okay. When you're trying to get in front of a decision maker, how many times have you gone up, or, you know, I'm sure you guys have cold called before, try to get past that gatekeeper, usually get that front desk, the admin, a sales rep, you know, somebody that's you don't want to talk to. They're just going to hang up the phone. Or, you know, in a conversation, you might be messaging somebody in a group that's just there to learn, that isn't the decision maker. They're going to tell you no or just shoo you away anyways. LinkedIn allows you to specifically find those titled people that you want to get in front of: the owner, the CEO, the VP, the chief marketing executives. You know, those are the folks that you want to get in front of, depending on who you are. And using a bunch of different tools and strategies, you can filter out your search and you can load up lists so that you can target those people that you want to be in front of. I want to target plumbers, right? Well, I'm not going to target the sales rep for a plumber because he's going to go tell me to fuck off. You know, we want to look for the owner of the company. We want to look for the manager. We want to look for the executives, the decision makers, right? So just keep that in mind when you're doing searches. Now, what I want to show you guys here is my methods. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I do on LinkedIn just from scratch. So you can see this, right? So what we want to do first is we want to make a personal profile. This is not going to work with a business page. If you've taken Williams agency course, there's some similarities between how you set up your Facebook and how you set up your LinkedIn. There's some differences too. You just want to make sure it's all filled out and geared towards whoever you are targeting in your current campaign. It doesn't matter if you switch it every month or every 2 months, whatever. If I'm targeting plumbers or electricians this month, you need to gear your profile towards your audience. So you want to have your banner up top. You want it to say, I specialize in SEO for electricians. I get electricians on #1 spot on Google. Whatever it is, whatever your offer is, whatever you're selling, you want that to be your banner. Okay. Maybe it's just a campaign that you're doing for a special. Like William drops those specials all the time for websites. So why can't we do something on LinkedIn, set up a campaign for $500 websites with a month of free SEO or something like that, right? Why can't we do that? But we can. And you just got to set up around your campaign, think about it, sit down, actually write it out of what you're going to do and how you want to approach that, and then craft your profile to meet exactly that, right? So I'm going to show you a general example. So let's just say I am a freelance web designer, but I specifically target for startups and in a certain area, right? I'll just say my hometown in Maryland. Okay. So if I'm building out my profile around that, and maybe I want to do an offer, right? Maybe I want to do that $500 website offer. So what you want to do first is you want to make sure this circle image right here, you want to make sure this is a nice professional photo. Okay. This is something you would see on Facebook, me with my coffee cup, my dogs. I'm not going to tell you what's in the coffee cup unless I don't know, William's drinking coffee right now, or if that's something else, who knows. But what we want to do is make this professional, right? So we're going to add a professional photo here, as professional as you get, because I'm not very, tattoos, laid back, I don't care. But still, try to get as professional as you possibly can, because this is a business professional network, right? So I'm going to plop this up there. Got that. Let me see. You can probably zoom in. Get that little hand tattoo out the way, right? There we go. Beautiful. So I'm going to save this. Boom, right? Much better. Now you want to put your banner, right? You can go on Canva, you can go on Photoshop, you can, whatever you want to do. Canva has some actual, like, they have everything set up. So they have a LinkedIn banner spot. So you can go in there and grab the template and just make whatever you want. I'm going to do a website deal, right? So I'm going to do 500 website design. Something simple, only 20 spots left. Plop that in the background, right? Boom. Now, if someone comes to this page, they're going to know, okay, he does website design. Oh, crap, he only has 20 spots left. That's a good deal, right? They're going to try and click on my link just because of my profile. So the next thing you want to do is look at this headline, right? You want to come up with a statement that says exactly who you are, what you do, and who you're after. I build amazing and affordable websites for reputable companies and startups. And then make it a little flashy with some emojis, target emojis, whatever, fire, just make it stand out a little bit, right? Now, you can edit this to whatever you want, but just make sure that you are targeting either the direct audience, or if you're doing more of a general approach like I am in this example, make sure at least say who you represent. Reputable companies and startups, right? That is a general, but it's still specific, right? So we just want to get that across. Now, you want to do a couple other things inside of this contact info section. Click on the contact info. I would drop your Calendly link, your calendar right here in your website. If you want to actually put your website in there too, you can. There, you can actually hit this little pencil to go in there and edit. You can add additional websites. You can put your phone number. You can add your email address if you want to. Just understand all this data is public, which I'll show you later, but this is how people can find you when you're looking on LinkedIn. So this is how I find people, is because they fill this out. Okay. Now I have my calendar link right there. So if they go in and they click on my profile, they're gonna see this pop up. They'll click right on that link. All right. Now, the other things you want to do is you want to start filling out the rest of the sections. You want to go section by section, and just they make it very easy for you. Okay. So all you got to do is come in here and you got to click more. I'm sorry, click add profile section, and it tells you what you should fill out. Very simple, right? But as you're filling this out, just keep in mind, who is my target? What am I offering? Calendar link, because I want to fill up my calendar, right? So you want to just always drop your calendar link everywhere, all over your profile, but do it in a way that is geared towards your audience. Okay. Now, education doesn't necessarily matter. I don't know if it matters on Facebook, William. I don't know if there's a section for education. I haven't had that actually be a factor at all. Same with job. You might think you want to fill out your job with your agency, etc., which you can. There's nothing wrong with that. But if I am filling out a position, I might actually use the same headline that I used over here. You know, what is my position? I build amazing, affordable websites for reputable companies and startups, right? That might be my position that I fill out. So if I'm going to add a position, that'll be my title. Same thing, right? Employment type, whatever you want to do. I guess I am self-employed now, right? Because I quit my job. And company name is, that's where you can put your company name if you want to, or you can say SEO specialist, or in my case, website developer or designer, whatever you want to do, right? And I am targeting people in my location, and I want this to show up in my location. So I'm going to say, you know, Baltimore, Maryland, or Washington, D.C., Baltimore area, right? Doesn't matter what you put here. If you want to look like a specialist, I've been doing this for whatever, 2017, who cares? And then in the description, right? In the description, why don't we drop our calendar link? Because that's just another spot that they'll take a look at. And we'll go ahead and just slide that in there. Boom, save it. There's no rules to filling out this information. Just do it however you want, but craft it in a way that it benefits you, right? And that's the whole idea. So we want to add another section now. We have our career skills. Or if I want to add some skills, you could get some leads from marketing. You could get some leads from website design. The cool thing about having a LinkedIn account is that LinkedIn is actually transitioning into a type of freelance platform as well to compete with Upwork. So you will get leads coming to you if you add these right things in here. So if I'm a website designer, put website designer or web design, right? Add skills, because people can leave you endorsements too, which show credibility. So if I'm going to do marketing, web design, SEO, just save that for now, right? But that's going to pop up down here at the bottom. People can come in here and they can click on this. You can actually take skill quizzes, just show some credibility, take some time, fill all that stuff out, right? Now, the next section beyond that is going to get into the recommended section, right? So it's very crucial to show your work. It's very crucial to show credibility, reviews, anything you got, any kind of extra content, material, etc. We want to add into the features section. Now, I already went ahead and skipped ahead and did all this because just, it takes a minute going through pictures and stuff. But I just came in here, I added a bunch of images, just mock-ups for websites that we've done, right? Or even just random mock-ups. Calendly, right? I'm just book a call. Here's a website we did for an author. Book a call. Just a bunch of different ones. You just want to show off what you can. You can make videos. You can put all different kinds of things in this section. But whatever you do, fill up your calendar. Okay. Make sure you have the calendar link right there. Now, one section I skipped is the about section. That should be in your core section. If it's not in the course section, if it doesn't pop up for some reason, it will be right here for the about. Just hit the pencil, and you can elaborate if you want to. I just keep it simple. Book a call, some emojis, calendar link, right? You can talk anyone's ear off. They're not going to read it. They might, but if you do something like this, that stands out, yellow hands, you know, they're going to see that. They're going to want to click it. Okay. So if you have all of this filled out, everything's geared towards your offer, your audience, etc. You versus Joe Schmo down the street who didn't go to the Chamber of Commerce, who didn't make networking stuff, who didn't go out and take their time to build out the profile. Maybe they have a picture like I did with the dogs and, you know, nothing in the background. Who are they going to trust more, you or them? You know, are they going to come to your profile and say, oh man, $500 website design? This guy, oh, he does website. Oh, you know, reputable companies, startups. Yeah, that's me, right? If you're targeting the right people and you find the right person, they go to your page, they're going to go there. They're going to click on your profile and say, oh yeah, that's me. I relate to that. Sure. Let's start a conversation. And that's what it's about. You just want to start that engagement, start the conversation, and then reel them in with the, if I would you question, right? If I sent you a link, would you click it to continue this conversation? If I send you my calendar, will you book a call, right? We want to skip the details and give secret sauce, Matt. Secret sauce. Well, this is important, but we don't have to keep diving into the profile here. So what do we do next, right? We have our profile set. We want to start getting into the audience, okay? Well, I could sit here all day long and go up to the search bar right here and do this manually if I want to, okay? Which I'll show you how to do it. So let's just say we want to do, yeah, maybe I'm going to stick with electricians just because it's, you know, just easy, like electricians. And have you guys learned Boolean? Do you know what Boolean searches are? They teach you that in computer class and things like that, but you want to do electricians and, which is your Boolean. Booleans are and, or, not, etc. So electricians and decision maker, right? So we want to do owner, and I'm targeting folks in Maryland. So if I enter this, you're going to get a semi-filtered search of owners that are electricians that are in Maryland. You'll get some fluff because it's not perfect doing it this way. But this is an owner, YC Electric in Maryland, right? So this is my target. I want to connect with this person. So if I want to connect with this person, I'm going to hit connect if I'm doing it manually, right? And then maybe you add a little note and say, hey, I hope we can connect. Boom, right? I've already reached my limit. So if the thing you're going to run into is when you do it manually is you're going to be limited. You can't get beyond 50 to 100 connections. If you sit here, you would get through that in the first 20 minutes that you're on here. You would just go down the list, boom, 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 boom. You're done for the week. That's it, right? How do you get around that? You get around that with tools, with automations, with ways to manipulate your list so that you can go beyond that and further, right? When you're locked in, when I'm locked in, LinkedIn limits you to 50 to 100 connection requests per week. I'm reaching out to 700 to 900 people a week. That's huge. How many more people are going to have a conversation with me? That's the importance of doing these automations and not sitting here wasting your time doing it manually, because you can get around, you can reach so much more people. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do to start an automation process is I'm going to get myself a premium LinkedIn account. Okay. Oh no, another tool, another cost, another whatever, right? You got to get the premium because you can sit here and do it this way. That's fine. But if you get the premium, you get access to Sales Navigator. If you have Sales Navigator and you have a premium account, LinkedIn's going to leave you alone because you're paying them. So don't worry about getting suspended or shut down, whatever. The automation tool helps protect you from that. But LinkedIn's saying, oh, well, we're getting money. It's not like Facebook, right? They're not just going to shut down your ads because you did something wrong. Facebook's easily going to put you in jail for things. LinkedIn's actually going to be your best friend when you start paying them for premium. Okay. So once you have premium, you have access to this over here, Sales Navigator. If we pull up Sales Navigator, we have access to so much more. I can start filtering out these searches on a high level, like a very, very specific giant list level. So let's just use the same example, right? So if I'm targeting electricians, I'm going to put electrician up in the keyword up top. And then you have all these filters that you can use to narrow down your search. So if I want to target by job title, I only want owner, right? But you can even put electrician owner and you'll even get results. Make sure you hit enter. But you'll start seeing that this list is going to start filling out, right? Owner, master electrician, B&W, etc. I didn't do geography yet, but this list is going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger the more people you connect with. You have to envision LinkedIn like a spider web, okay? It's not your connections, or it's not how many people are in the network. It is who is connected to your friend that you're already connected to that might know an electrician that's an owner, right? So how many people can you connect with that have those connections? If you're starting out on LinkedIn, hit up every single agency that you know of or that you can find that services electricians, because I guarantee that they have your audience. So you want to connect with them so you can access their network. And that's how LinkedIn works. Your connection knows a connection, they know a connection, they know a connection, they know a connection, right? So that's how you start expanding your list. So the more people I connect with on this profile that are electricians and owners, I'll be able to pull this up. Now, you want to get a list though, you want to narrow this down to about 2,000 to 3,000. That's your sweet spot. Okay. So 2,000 to 3,000 where we want to be. Now, what we want to do is to narrow that down and start getting into location, right? So Maryland might only have a few hundred, maybe, yeah, like 127. Now that's going to expand depending on your filters. So you can edit some stuff. So maybe job title, put an electrician owner might not have been the right one. Maybe it is just owner, right? So you have to mess around with the different tactics there, right? So now it's 120,000, but I'm pulling in fluff, right? So that wasn't right. So, maybe it is electrician, right? Because there's other spots that you can actually put the owner tab in there. Now, okay, now I got electricians, right? And seniority level, I want them to be the owner. I want them to be the director, the CXO, the VP, all the decision makers that I can think of, not entry level, not training, sometimes manager, depending on who you're after. Senior, we can add senior in there too, just for the heck of it, right? Cool. So I have my list, and this list, you can kind of sort through it. You can get as crazy as creating custom lists if you want. There's ways to do that. We can do a whole entire session on Sales Navigator if we want to, because we could really dive into special list building and things like that. Okay. But just for this example, we're going to take this list and now we're going to save it in our save search. We're going to go ahead and, oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back. Save search. Title this GMB Pros. Electrician, go ahead and save the search. All right, and then I'll go back here to save searches. And then you always want to reopen this link right here. And then this is what you want. You want this link up top, okay? And the reason you want that link up top is because you're gonna start loading up your automation tool. Now the automation tool that I use a tool called Ulink, okay? Ulink is very exclusive. You have to know somebody in order to get it, okay? There's people out there, they're hard to find. You might know of some. Some might try to sell you, multiple hundreds of dollars, thousands, whatever, just to get you in the door. I will just set you up. If you are interested, I will get you access to this tool. This tool costs $75 per marketing seat. That's it. Okay. But it gives you everything you need to hit 748 connection requests in a week or higher. You don't get tapped out. Okay. If you're interested, I will drop you a link real quick. So you guys, if you want to sign up to this tool while you have the opportunity, I can help you get in. Just go there, fill out your information. These are questions that I need to submit to get you approved. Okay. You have to actually get approved for, actually, sorry, I was direct messaging one person. There you go. You have to actually get approved to get access. Okay. So I can take those answers to your questions. I'll submit it for you. It usually takes about 3 business days to get back to you. As soon as it gets back to you, I will send you an email with your credentials. You just go to the link, you log in, and you're not going to get charged until you actually hook up your LinkedIn account in extra steps. And we can, spend time hooking that up, etc. But we can even do other classes on how to get in depth into all of that. Now, what I want to do run a campaign. So we have our list in Sales Navigator. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to start a new search. That's the first step, because if you start a new search, start loading up these lists while you have the opportunity, so you can do some other things and come back to it when it's done. Right. So what I want to do first is just copy this URL, go over here to Ulink, start a new search. You want to make sure you click on Sales Navigator search. There's a ton of other tabs, which, like I said, we can spend all day going over this stuff. But just for this one. All right, so GMB Pros, electrician, just name it whatever you want, and then paste in the URL from Sales Navigator. You just add search task, and it's going to start pulling in. Okay, it's just going to start loading up. Like I said, sweet spot is about 2,000 to 3,000 is where it starts to max out at. You don't need to do more than that, because that's about as much as you'll do in a month anyways. You're going to take all that data that you've collected from your list, and you're going to make tweaks and changes. So you're going to swap it out anyways. Okay. So load up about 2,000, 2,000 to 3,000. You'll be fine. There's nothing wrong with a couple hundred just to get a feel for it. Like I said, if you're starting out on LinkedIn and you don't have the connections built up, slowly build it up. So run a list of like a couple hundred and then refresh your list. Okay. You want to refresh your list like every week. So you come in here and you just hit this restart search button, and it'll load more up from the URL that you actually already put, because you're going to get new members every day. New electricians that are owners are going to pop up on LinkedIn, or you're going to expand your network and reach more people. Okay. So just come in here, hit refresh. You'll see they start pulling in. Takes a little bit. Grab a cup of coffee, whatever your drink of choice is, or start working on the other stuff that you can work on while this loads up. So what I do is I come over here to connector. I want to go to connector, and I'm going to start a new connector campaign. Just name it whatever you want. Now, if you already have campaigns, you can actually pull the steps in from other campaigns. If you want to just duplicate, if you find something that's working, or you want to work off of the same copy, just pull it in. All right, we're going to start from scratch. We're going to create that new connector campaign. Once you hit create, it's going to pop down here. It's going to automatically be active. So just be aware of that, because you don't want to start spitting out messages without being able to edit it first, right? So the way to do that, just click on that and just hit that button right there. It'll be good. Now, go over here. We hit steps. This is where you put your copy in. Okay. Now, connection message number 1, you want to make this as generic as you possibly can, or make it something kind of wild and crazy that's going to stand out for attention, so that they will connect with you. Just the basic one, we could do something like, hey there, and then they have the brackets over here. You can do first name. Hey there, first name. We have an ongoing joke now. Hey there, first name. Hey, fun stuff like that. So just get creative, make it fun. But hey there, first name. I hope you are open to connecting. The generic approach actually does pretty well. I have a burger pitch that I really love to do as well. You could do something like
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it, bro. I was waiting, and that method. I actually have the book in my room. It's similar to this. So what I'm gonna be changing, I'll give you an example of his burger method. Instead of me going, hey, drop your comments below. If I'm talking about SEO and going, hey, drop your comments below to get my free spreadsheet or whatever. That's stupid. It's a good thing and gets comments, but Drew's method, in which he's going to talk about the burger method, is basically, hey, you're building a burger, you have a video, you show them building a burger, and then you go at the end, you go, tell me about your burger recipe, or how do you build burgers?
Right.
And then they tell you about their burger recipe, and then they start creating engagement. And if you know anything about all of these platforms, the more engagement you get, the more they're going to show your shit to everybody.
Yep.
That goes across every platform out there, dude.
Doesn't have to be burgers if you're targeting women. Maybe, what's the best salad you've ever had? What's the best apple pie you've ever had? Whatever. Get creative. Doesn't matter. Tacos. Who cares? Whatever. People love food. Find something that people love. Start a conversation. But we do something like, hey there, first name. I hope you're open to chatting about business or even the best burger you've ever had. Right. I'll get a lot of comments. Oh man, what's your burger recipe? Right. How's that for a conversation starter? Send them your damn recipe. Send them something. Give them value right up front. Hey, try this recipe. It's awesome. Right. What's your favorite recipe? Just start a conversation and then tie it in. Hey, if I talk to you about this, would you do this? Right. Would you just rope them in, give them some more value, or bring in your pitch in a way that is not too pushy. If I sent you my secret burger sauce, would you try it? Right, Jeff? What's the difference between that LinkedIn software and something like Expand? You probably mean Expandi. There's a bunch of softwares out there. The thing is that you're going to run into the same issue. A lot of the softwares are going to be extension based. If it's an extension based,
Expandi.
If it's an extension based software, run very far away from it because you're going to get your profile shut down. I think Expand switched over to browser now, but the difference is really the algorithm behind the machine. The algorithm of this machine does multiple things. It's going to, and there's even an upgraded version of this that developers have built on top of, which is really awesome. I'm not going to show you that tonight, but the main thing is the algorithm behind it, because you're going to eventually run out of your normal connection touches, right? When you run out of those connection touches, it will automatically switch over to InMail, and then it's going to automatically switch over to email, and then it's going to automatically switch over to groups. It's going to keep switching and finding new tactics to send out to get touches all by itself. So that's why I love this over all the other ones, because all the other ones never hit 5, 6, 7, 8, 900 touches without timing out or giving me trouble or giving me a suspension warning or things like that, right? Because LinkedIn is on top of it. And yeah, I've heard of tons. I've heard of Zopto, Octopus, Duck Soup, all of them, right? I've tried a bunch of them. I swayed away from Ulink and I came back to it because nothing compared to Ulink, and I've been doing it for 2 years. Okay. Might be on the higher end of pricing, but once you use it, you're going to understand. Okay. So after the first message, you want to follow that up with your introduction to yourself, your offer, your pitch, You can do an engagement message as well. Just because I want to generate leads now, I am after leads right this second. I am going to do a harder pitch on this example. So I'm going to do something like, thanks for the connection. First name. And then just kind of introduce yourself. And we can spend a whole entire class again on copywriting. But Buzz AI is out of Canada. Yeah, Ulink's out of UK. Like I said, there's a developer that actually built on top of it, made it really, really awesome. So, start with this and then upgrade. But my name is Thomas. Yep, 75 a month. So my name is Thomas. I'm a freelance, just because I'm matching. I'm a freelance website designer in Maryland. I do affordable websites for small businesses and startups, right? Because I said that in my headline. I do affordable websites for small businesses and startups in the local area. Okay, so make sure everything is kind of similar or the same. You want to be targeting the right audience. You want to be uniform with everything all the way through. Okay, so that'll be message 2. And at the end of that, I'll say something like, I'm curious. If I want to be direct, I'll say right away, I'm curious, do you need a website, or do you need a new website, or help with SEO? Right? Might be a little bit direct, but the difference between this and Facebook is that you are already targeting the decision makers. You're already targeting specifically those people that you want to hit. And it's so specific that you can be a little bit harder. You can message a little bit more direct if you want to go that route. You can also do indirect too. You can engage. If I started a conversation about this, would you do this, right? You can keep going back to those and find hooks and bring them in different ways. But we can spend all day on copy too as well. But I'll do a third one, and this is like more of a generic follow-up. For example, I might say that deal that I'm running, right? The $500 website. I might just say, I'm running a deal for new customers or clients. And if William's running a special, just piggyback off of that, right? $500 for, I don't know what your special is now, William, but I'll just mark it up a little bit. $500 for a 10-page website with 10 months of SEO, right? No, 1 month. 1 month of SEO included.
I mean, the whole point between that offer on top of it's a loss leader for me, right?
Yeah.
To get people in to do the SEO. But the thing is with y'all, I mean, honestly, y'all should be able to go think of it in this way, go, hey, let me go get that $350 package from William. And instead of selling the site for $2,000 or whatever, sell it for them for like 1,000 and then get your foot in the door. And then you can get other services that are on, if you will, a continuity program like SEO. Continuity programming is something they're paying for you for every month. Until you have a continuity program, you don't really even have a business. You just have, a job pretty much. Continuity program will help you understand how much money you have coming in every month. So you could use those offers to do $500 websites, $600-700 websites versus someone that's going to sell them for $3,000. This is one way to think about it. So
Absolutely. So when would be a good day to hop on a call, right? You can drop your calendar link there. You can, make it so, hey, I'm filling up. I have some spots tomorrow. What time works best for you? Right? So just get creative with that second follow-up message. If I sent you a link, would you click it? If I sent you my calendar link, would you click it? Etc. right? So just get creative. Now, the cool thing here, you can actually set up the time, you know, if you want to send out. So for example, you send your connection message. This is the sequence, okay? You send out the connection message. It does it automatically for you. It'll hit their inbox. They are going to accept it, or they are going to just ignore it, or they are going to tell you to fuck off and leave them alone. Okay. One is going to happen. If they accept the connection request, sometimes they'll reply, sometimes they won't reply. If they do not reply, it's going to automatically trigger this welcome message right here. When that welcome message gets triggered, it's going to send it out directly to them automatically for you. You don't have to do anything. If they reply to that welcome message, now it's your time to step in. Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to continue the conversation manually. Okay, so this is where you start to engage. Now, if they continue to ignore that message, then this will send out again. You can set it for a day later, 3 days, whatever. So if I want to be more aggressive, I'll, you know, set it for 1. And then you want to save it. I'm not going to do it right now just because it's time consuming, but what you want to do too, see this in-mail and group setting over here. You just want to copy and paste everything. Set this up like an email. So like, let's connect. And then use this as your first message, paste that in, and then add your second message and your third message and just do it that way. Okay. But I'm just going to skip over that. So when you're done setting up your copy, hit save. And then you want to flip this back on. Okay. So we have that flipped on. All right. Now we got to go back to our search. We got to load up our list. So now we have our list in here. Let's just say this ran through, and what I want to do is add all new people. Click add all new people, and you make sure you click on the GMB Pros one, that, or whatever one you name that as. Add a connector, and these are going to go automatically in queue, get ready to be launched. Okay. So if we go over here, this is how you're going to start getting messages. You don't have to be inside your LinkedIn. It's going to have a CRM right in front of you. So you can even disposition these as they come into your inbox. All right. So I have a couple up here. So I already gone through. This is from the other one. So look at this. Yes, I do need help with the website. Already got a lead. Sometimes I'll leave my calendar link in notes. Boom. Right. Yes, I do need help with the website. Awesome. Awesome, Karen. I'd love to chat about your website further. What day and time works best to chat? And then maybe I'll drop my calendar link. You send it right from the portal. Okay. Now this one's labeled as talking. All right. This guy, Thomas, thanks for connecting. See, this was my first message that he replied to. So this was the connection one. Thomas, thanks for connecting. Do you recall where my name popped up for you? Always like knowing context. Some people just say bull crap, but you can tell them straight up. I created a marketing list. And targeted you. I like to have fun with these people. So sometimes I'll mess around. But you know, just start a conversation, engage. You know, he's going to say something back to that clever, and then I can rope them back into a conversation, right? But you're going to get your inbox filled up with no thanks. You're going to get a bunch of ones. Hey, I need help cleaning up, streamlining my website. You're going to get leads from this system. You just have to do it. You just have to go through the methods. Some people are going to tell you no. Don't be afraid of no, because you're hitting so many people that you're going to get all different kinds of responses. Okay. Now, the other thing you can do besides your connector campaign, okay, so this is one way to fill up your calendar, right? But if you need leads like right now, let's just say you have been doing this for a while, things get a little stagnant, you've run out of ideas. What am I going to do today? Well, you're going to do lead generation again. You're going to keep doing lead generation. So you want to find a different way to do lead generation using the same tools that you have. You can do that. You know, what you can do too is you can do a retargeting campaign, right? So on retargeting, what we can do is we can actually go ahead and create what's called a messenger campaign. When we do a messenger campaign, it's going to hit your current connection audience. You can send out a mass blast. I don't know if you guys have Kevin's tools or anything like that, but the what you can do is a broadcast message to your entire network. On my other profile, which I'll go across over there to you guys. On my other profile, I'm doing that right now. I am blasting out a messenger campaign. Actually, it's still on the other ones. Let's see. Let's get back over there. So I'm blasting out a retargeting messenger campaign, and my inbox is steadily blowing up. You might get a lot of no's because you're touching them again, but guess what else is going to happen? I'm going to fill up my calendar because this is going to go through 10,000 connections that I already have. Or I'm sorry, 11,696 connections that I have on this profile. I'm hitting all of them over the next couple weeks, right? It's like a very warm email list that you're able to do right from LinkedIn. So I'm just going to get my inbox all from today. I have, you just saw that it was 11, now it's 12. I'm just getting messages. Mostly these are going to be no thanks a lot of times, but we're going to get some people that maybe either just did their website, or you can continue the conversation and get them to do an audit. You know, use this as an opportunity to get your foot in the door and create conversations. But if you want to book appointments and do it fast, you want to come through, and some guys are fun, so they'll put little emojis in there. You just want to go through, blast your entire list. Potentially, please send your contact info, right? These are leads. Okay. I need a few sites. Email me. These are leads. Price. I mean, what's hotter than this? Thanks, all good at the moment. No thanks, no thanks, no thanks, no thanks, right? Who cares? No, my girlfriend's a marketing person. Great. Let me run an audit to make sure she's doing her job correctly. You know, or yell at her, right? I'm not sure. I can't spell today. What aren't you sure about? Continue the conversation, right? So use this method to not only hit them the first time and get leads, but then build up your list enough where you can do a retarget. I do a retargeting campaign once a quarter. So I'll have a message going copy wise saying, hey, how was quarter one for you? Right? How was quarter one? I hope first quarter treats you well. I wanted to reach out because I'm doing a few specials on web design and SEO. Do you need any help with your website or SEO ranking? Okay. And then I'll do a little follow-up message. Hey there, might have been a busy time for us both. When I sent the last message, here's my calendar link. Let's schedule a time to go over your website and SEO. Simple, right? On this method, it's more about yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, get the leads, right? The other method is more about engaging and going from there. Can you have more than one LinkedIn profile? Absolutely. As you can see, the benefit of this too, because you guys are agencies in most cases, you can resell this as a service. Let me say that again. You can resell this tool as a service. Okay. And by doing that, you can charge whatever the hell you want, as long as you make money off it, right? We do a done for you service and we charge 500 to 1,000 a month for it. So I will take these other accounts. These are all clients of mine currently. I will run their account for them, and I will get the leads for them, and I will just charge them a simple retainer to get as many as we possibly can, right? You can do the same thing. You can offer the same thing. Okay. You just add other questions or add other accounts in here and just stack them, right? 75 a piece. You said Thomas has a good question. Let's see. When you change your profile to match a new market, doesn't that confuse the previous contacts? or you just do it anyways? It depends. So if I'm just going to stay general, I will go ahead and swap it out because it doesn't matter. If you want to change for, like, if we're going from electricians to plumbers, it really doesn't matter, because I'm going to retarget with either a general approach, or you can actually come in here and you can filter your contacts. You can go through the list and click on my network, and you can see all of your contacts in here. You can filter them out by if you're talking to them now, if they are currently in the message. But you can go through and you can actually filter these out and do it on a more strategic base like that, so you don't confuse them. Or you can set up multiple profiles. You can have multiple profiles strictly just geared towards those in your network. So if you maybe make a profile just for electricians, right, and just keep that for electricians, build it up, retarget only electricians, then you can craft your copy to match that. That was a great question though, for sure. So you can do it multiple ways. So you can have multiple profiles. You can change it because who cares? Doesn't matter. Or you can come in here, and if you are going to retarget, just make sure you filter out who you're retargeting instead of blasting out to everybody, unless you're going to change into more of a general approach when you do that. Yep. Great question. All right. Any other questions while I have you guys about Ulink, about this tool? One Ulink membership. So one Ulink membership allows as many accounts as you want.
You can try
You have
it.
unlimited accounts. Okay. So what you can do, it's 75 per LinkedIn account hooked up. It does not charge you unless you hook it up. You can actually unhook all of them and still have access to this tool without being charged. So if you ever need to take a break, step away, regroup, you can do that. Not a big deal. Yep, you can target, you can switch it up as often as you want. You can target tradesmen every single week. You can just refresh your list. You can add more connector campaigns at once. You can do multiple campaigns. So rather than doing just one campaign, you can have, up to, really it's up to as many as you want running. You probably want to stick to about 2 at a time, but you can definitely target different audiences at once. Any other questions? There is no charge for me to hook you up to Ulink. Honestly, just because of the relationship that I have, we're able to get affiliate credits back on what we're doing. So it just helps out with my costs. So I'm here to help you guys. And if you guys do want that link again, I can drop it one more time. I know I dropped it a little bit further up, but if we want to sign up to this tool, go ahead and do that. I'll get you guys set up. I'll get you approved. And then what we'll do is, as we go, I'll be releasing some video tutorials along the way, okay, to take you guys throughout each step of setting everything up. Okay, if you guys want a one-on-one time with me, I can charge by the hour if you need me to come in there and help you set up everything. But we will be releasing videos and taking care of your journey through it. Does this get emails? Great question. So the cool thing about this, which I'll actually teach in the next class, is how to scrape data from everything that you're doing. And the cool thing about LinkedIn is, remember when we were setting up our profile, all that data that they're having us fill out in the contact info, all of that stuff shows up in your CRM as well. Oh, hey, look, I missed the lead from earlier. But look at this: email, phone number, website, Twitter, all right here in your dashboard. A lot of these folks are going to have this. So yes, it does have email. It has phone number if it's available. If you want that in a spreadsheet, all you gotta do is come up here. You can even filter this out by your inbox, your connector, whatever. Do your whole inbox, hit this button right here, export contacts to CSV. You'll get a nice spreadsheet of every piece of data that it gives you. You can take that, you can upload it into your cold email. You can upload it into your other tools like Chirply. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. And that's actually a method that I did to land some of these big whales. Is I hit them with this and I hit them elsewhere. But I collected the data and I started the engagement. Okay. What are you mainly promoting for your business service wise using this technique? I am a one-stop shop. Like William said, don't just do SEO, don't just do etc. You can be a specialist, but learn about other stuff. This is my website. I do web design, dominate LinkedIn. I offer tools, branding, search engine optimization, lead generation, pay-per-click, social media, display advertising, partnerships, right? And the reason I offer all these services is because of my other techniques that I do is I scaled my business and I was able to quit my job because I created partnerships. And I created partnerships by using these tools, by doing these outreaches, by starting connections, by meeting people, by starting engagements. So I was able to quit my job and start offering all these services that I could connect with so many different people that might not be offering the same service. So it just takes it to another level. And we can dive into that a little bit deeper in the next weeks coming up too. Great question. All right, I think we're wrapping up. Next week, what I want to do is I want to talk about Dominate B2B. Dominate B2B is a tool that I use to actually go a little bit further in the data scraping process on LinkedIn. What it allows us to do is scrape unlimited leads directly from LinkedIn. We can find thousands of emails. We can get access to databases. It does overlap with other tools such as chat bots and all kinds of extra cool little features that you can add to. It even allows you to set up a CRM and cold email directly from this tool. So this will be next week that we'll go over this and dive into it a little bit deeper. And then I'll show you how I use them together, how I scrape leads from this process and then upload them right into the system that we are using on Ulink. So we use everything together. Don't, like I said, have multiple lead generation tactics, but find a way to make them work together, because then you have a machine, then you have a unit. Any other questions? Oh, thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. Thanks, John and Patrick.
And Jeff had mentioned this is a good thing with his tool and everything, and how to set it up with a virtual assistant. So this is one of those things that you don't have to necessarily do, but once you know how to do it, then you can train your VA on how to do it and get it set up with a VA and have them doing it all day long. That's all they're doing is generating leads for you. So,
yeah, you don't always have to work in your business. Find a way to let it run on its own. Right.
If you are here, this lesson, there's going to be a new course put in the background by end of day today, my time. That will show, of course, Drew's picture up there. It's going to say lead generation, and then all the classes from Drew will be in there. Also, any tools he mentions will be in there, and whatnot. So, I'm going to do a free giveaway real quick. How many people we got in here? They want to say we had 40. No, sorry, sons of a guns left 7 of them. All right, give me a number between 1 and 50. Whoever gets the closest the number I'm thinking of wins. Damn you, Blake. All right. He got my number. All right. Where are you at? I saw you. Ari Jacoby. Ari Jacoby, you got 24. The number's 25. So make sure no one else. Nope. Ari Jacoby. All right. PM me if you're not on my friends list. I got something for you. All right. So it's good having you guys here today. Like I said, Ari, PM me. And congrats on that. Just PM me. I normally don't ask people to PM me, but this is one of those things where I'm going to say PM me. I won't be a grouch. I won't be a grumpy cat, Jeff.
I doubt that bullshit.
Jeff, by the way, my son's visa was approved, Jeff.
Right.
Yeah, I got it yesterday. So
Apart from
Yeah.
being grumpy, is total bullshit.
yeah.
All
All right.
right.
Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Until next time, tomorrow will be CTR Geeks with Mike Merlino, myself, Holly, probably Brock, and the whole clan. So, all right. See you guys next time. Appreciate it. You guys be
All right.
blessed. Have a great day.
Thanks, Will.
Thanks, Scrooge. You did awesome, brother.